NVIDIA's new DLSS 5 AI tech was supposed to revolutionize visuals, but instead it's sparking one of the biggest developer rebellions we've seen in years, and Phantom Blade Zero's team just became the latest to walk away. Let's talk about it. I thought I'd be done talking about the DLSS 5, but I need to just stop expecting it to be over at this point. But yes, shoutouts to NoobFeed for the article. The DLSS 5 Backlash builds as Phantom Blade Zero developers step away from AI visual tech. Concerns over artistic integrity and developer control continue to grow as NVIDIA's new technology sparks industry-wide debate. More like outrage at this point. Maybe drop a like and subscribe if you think that game studios should protect real artists instead of outsourcing creativity to AI shortcuts. The support you give me tells YouTube that this is a fight worth paying attention to, you know what I mean? But yes, on to the article. DLSS 5 remains a controversial technology that NVIDIA is currently developing, and you can see how the conversation around it has shifted over time. At one point, you would have viewed DLSS as a positive force in gaming because it focused on improving performance and upscaling visuals without interfering with how games actually look. Now, with DLSS 5, what you're seeing is a very different reaction, especially based on what has been shown and marketed so far. The technology no longer feels like it is enhancing performance, but instead changing the overall aesthetic in ways that many people find impossible to ignore. At the instant you start to take a peek at the demonstration, the visual change seems very noticeable. The AI-driven changes don't just improve things, they make characters look different from one scene to the next. For example, Grace might not even look like herself in some scenes. The overall okay, I don't think we need to read this part. Honestly, if you guys are watching this video, you probably already know the dealio. You probably already know how awful the DLSS 5 stuff looks. It's a crappy AI filter. We discussed this all 100 times before. What needs to be discussed, though, is the situation involving Phantom Blade Zero. Despite being listed as a DLSS 5 supported title, the situation around Phantom Blade Zero appears to be shifting. A recent statement from the developer strongly suggests that they are reconsidering their stance, even if they never directly mention the technology by name. From what they said, it's clear that they want to stick to the original artistic vision and focus on content made by people. They say that real artists made every part of this game and that they don't want to use AI visual technology that could change that. The statement lines up closely with the main criticism surrounding DLSS 5, which is that it introduces changes that go beyond simple enhancement. You can see an argument reflected. This is being way too neutral. And well, of course, it's not going to immediately bash this. If anything, it's good that it's trying to be neutral, but after all of the horrible looking things that I've seen involving DLSS 5, nah, dude. There's no being neutral in this situation. DLSS 5 is just ugly. It's an ugly, abhorrent aberration of visual adaptation technology, okay? It just is. Instead of improving clarity, the technology can create an impression of an AI filter layered over the image, pushing visuals toward a more generic and less distinctive result. Because, you know, they actually did admit that the entire thing was just a crappy AI filter. This was discussed in a previous video, but the dude making this article probably doesn't know that. For that reason, the reference to protecting the artistic intent feels like a direct response to how DLSS 5 has been perceived. There is a growing appreciation for developers who choose to prioritize human artistry, especially at a time when generative AI is becoming more common across the industry. Even if there was an earlier plan to use DLSS 5, the decision to step back after seeing public feedback and technical demonstrations is being viewed as a meaningful move. It reflects a broader concern that the technology in its current form may do more harm than good when it comes to preserving a game's identity. You also see that developers don't always make these decisions. Insider Gaming reports that many developers were unaware of DLSS 5 until its official announcement. In some cases, teams found out at the same time as the public, which raises questions about how much input they actually have. The DLSS 5 drama is still continuing, and I'm telling you right now, it is not going to end anytime soon at this point. I'm not going to waste my time thinking this is the last time I'm talking about this. But yes, those are my thoughts. What are y'all's? Whatever it is, be sure to let me know in the comment section. It's going to be all for this video, boys. This is Black Light Jack signing out. You guys have a good one.